James, top of the morning to you, my friend. Top of the morning. How are you today?
Man, it is every time, every time that I get on here and it's just us two, I know it's going to be something special,
Can we use the term unique?
unique. We're trying to get away from our crutch words, special and exciting. So we'll try not to use that anymore today. But it is EWNCON season at Energy World Net.
It is almost here. Can you believe it? It is
Yeah,
almost here.
man, and we're in that last part where I really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things. I'm sure my team
Hates
feels
it.
differently,
I shouldn't
but
say hate it. It's a love-hate thing. They love it, but
no
they're
doubt they'll
inundated.
love it when it's over. Also,
Yeah.
but that kind of polishing phase, we're still in a lot of work going on too. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
But
yeah.
where you think about the little things, and that's where it's been fun. And we're out of practice, Jimmy. It's been a minute since we had an EWN conference.
I'm going back in my head. 5 goes in 2, carry the 8, divided by 9. It's been,
2019 since we had one. And I don't know about you, man,
yeah.
but so by the time we have it, I think it's 31 months since the last one.
Wow.
Which
Wow.
all right, let's rewind a little bit, Jimmy. I want you to picture this. This is the dream sequence, right? And we go back. It's 2019. It's October of 2019. All right. Think about where you were, what was going on in your life.
I remember.
This is pre-pandemic. Okay.
Yep.
If you remember, pandemic was more March 2020 timeframe.
Yep.
More than likely, if you're listening to this show, you probably had never even heard of the coronavirus.
We didn't.
At all.
No, I didn't.
Probably didn't. So you were probably just chilling on your couch in October on a fall day, waiting for some football to start. Tom Brady's still winning. I mean, it's 31 months ago, but he probably went to the Super Bowl. But a lot has went on in those last 31 months. So we got a lot of catching up to do, man. A lot of catching up to do. It's going to be quite the reunion.
It is.
Hint, hint.
A reunion for so many. We're even, Coffee Jim and James started after that in the pandemic, and we've been doing this for 2 years now.
That's a really good point. Think about that. 31 months ago, there was no Coffee with Jim and James.
I didn't even know how to use a Zoom call then. Right? Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's reality. But a lot of reunions. We're actually going to have a Coffee with Jim and James reunion while we're there. We've invited a bunch of folks, and if you're hearing it for the first time, you got to join us.
You have to do this.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
James, for me, this is unique because in 2017, when I was CEO of Big Pen, I was actually a guest. We brought a LNG tanker in to the Fort Worth Motor Speedway in the infield.
Yeah, Texas Motor Speedway back in 2017 and then also in 2019. Yep. 2017, obviously you were not with Energy World Net. Yep. But on the other side, so the sponsor side, but we do things big, man. Our conferences kind of have a reputation.
The reputation, I was just going to say that you took the words out of my mouth, because when I knew in 2017, when we were made aware, I'm like, we have got to be there. We have got to be there. And people said, how are we going to just attend? I said, no, we're bringing in an LNG tanker. And if you don't know what that is, that's a semi-truck pulling a
big tube truck. Yeah.
Oh, man. So it's great, but the reputation precedes itself. And again, this is our biennial, not biannual, which I had to.
Yeah, you scared the whole brand team. They almost quit. That was really close. I had to do it twice a year. I don't know if I could keep them motivated. It does have quite the reputation, man, and this year's no different, Jimmy. We are So we've been waiting to have this event now for two
Yeah.
years. If you remember, we started down this path last year, and then things happened, things changed. So we bumped it ahead to May of this year, hoping we'll be coming out of the pandemic and be able to enjoy it in person. And we're blessed to be able to do that. So we're having it at Texas Live. If you're not familiar with that, that's in Arlington, Texas, right in the heart of DFW. And if you've never been to Texas Live, the cool part there, and you may have been, Jim, you've probably been to other places like Texas Live. I know I've been to like Kansas City Live, I think,
St.
in
Louis Live, which is
right.
like the
There's,
same type of venue.
yeah,
I
so
mean,
that
it's
big
huge.
wraparound sports centric, um,
Multiple floors,
right.
establishments all around. I mean, it's,
Awesome audio visual.
oh,
Um, full wraparound's got a ticker. You can customize everything. And you know us, we're pumped about that part. But
oh yeah.
Texas Live, the unique thing about Texas Live is if you're not familiar with that area, that's where the old ballpark, Rangers ballpark, was and is, continues to be. So it's right across the street from Texas Live. Then right across the other way is the new Rangers ballpark. And I'm sorry, I don't know the names of them. I don't know
Don't
who
worry about it.
sponsors it, but where the Rangers play baseball. The new stadium, so that's right there. I mean, walking distance to either one of those. And then right behind it, or right down another direction, is the Cowboy Stadium. So AT&T there. So very, very cool. Very, I mean, right in the heart. It's awesome places right down there. It's a party. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, I mean, the venue alone, we like venues, we were
We
big
do.
at Texas Motor Speedway was pretty cool. So we were trying to think of a way to top that. And once we got in that space and saw everything we could do, we felt like we could really create a conference that really got people excited about being there. Vendors, sponsors, attendees, I mean, heck, EWN people alike excited to be in that venue.
James, that venue is spectacular. And I know that our conference is a mixture of so much stuff. I mean, the vibe for this place is intense. Just being
Mm,
there is going to be great. And everybody that knows us in the industry, and let's go a little bit deeper here in a second, but first and foremost, we love fellowship, networking, relationships, culture, all those things. The conference itself is May 16th, 17th, and 18th,
that's right.
which is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I believe, let's go a little bit deeper in a second, but some of the fun things we're doing, let's let people know some of the fun stuff besides
Yeah. So
being
we always kind of have some big fun thing planned, right? So a part of this one, you can when you sign up, you can opt into or sign up to go to. We've purchased. I don't know. We're in it. What do you call that? Suites. We got two suites at the Rangers game. So the Angels are going to be in town, and so right after the conference, we're all just as a big group. Those that kind of opted into that will head over to the game and in the brand new ballpark. Kind of the place to be this year. That new Ranger Stadium.
yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So a lot of fun there. There's golf. There's going to be a lot of networking. Some great receptions. Like I said, that reception, the welcome reception, and then also the Rangers one. So
Yeah.
unique opportunity. Maybe something you may have always wanted to do, or uh, like you said, unique. Really, really neat experience for somebody who's a baseball fan.
Am I, that's a great experience unto itself, bar none. But also, am I going to give the keynote talk this year? Am I up for
No,
it?
no, but
Like,
I did hear you have a large part in part of the intro as well. I think there's a couple of really important folks that'll
not gonna.
be bringing it home. There may be a spot for some certain people, but no, this year we went with one keynote, which we've kind of been dwindling down. The first year, I think we had 27 keynotes. No, but And then we kind of went down to this year. We're going to close with Tim Kennedy. So if you're familiar with Tim Kennedy, he is a veteran. Man, he is a monster, just rough and tough.
Yeah.
Uh, he's got a great story. He's also was an MMA fighter. I'm sure he could
Yep.
still whoop you if
Oh.
you wanted to get into it. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
But we're kicking off a campaign we're calling Be Brave, and a lot of us have heard us talk about that. It means so many different things to so many people. And he's going to bring that to life for us and kind of close the conference down, which would be really neat. And hopefully be able to hang out a little bit and answer some questions and stuff. So Tim Kennedy, pretty cool dude coming up from Austin. And we're excited to have him close it down.
That's awesome.
It's going to be
That's
neat,
awesome.
man.
So,
There's a lot, man. There's the keynotes, the panels, there's training galore. We take training pretty serious here.
we hit on some of the very fun aspects and some of the, jovial fellowship and relationships.
Yep.
But you hit on panels. Let's touch on there a second, because one thing that we do at Energy World Net is really tap into a lot of our resources, meaning our industry partners out in the world. And I think we have a few panels. I think I've heard rumor that partnerships in innovation might be one panel discussion. Is that
We've got some great folks on there. I'm not a name dropper. Are you a name dropper, Jim?
Oh, I am, especially on one
Some
of
of
these
the
days.
folks
I need to.
do it.
Well, one might be Clock Spring NRI, which is very near and dear to this home.
I've heard about them.
From there. Another organization that you may have heard of, James, called Primoris.
I've heard of them.
Yep.
Heard of them. Yeah.
You may have also heard of a organization with Brian Wallum.
Oh, the Wallum Groups. Yeah, that's an interesting story.
So
lots of good stuff. Partners in innovation.
Yep.
That'll be cool. I love hearing the stories. Panels are my favorite to be on and to watch, because they're really where, a lot of times you can get some questions in, ask some real questions, learn from things they're doing, and that's really what it's about.
You know what I love about panels is when the panelists themselves start to feed off each other.
Who's the moderator of the partners one?
I think that might be the.
He loves when you call him the
Dr. Matt Joyner.
That's right.
Yeah. So he's going to be
a master. Just if you've never got to see Matt Joyner, Dr. Matt Joyner in action, he's masterful as a moderator. He brings the best out of panelists for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else we got?
Next one, leadership, leaders in safety and compliance. Leadership in safety and compliance.
Yeah.
That is an important topic.
Yeah, again, another one of those, the Brian Dressel moderating that one. So I'm showing up. If Brian Dressel's reading the phone book, I'm showing up.
Yeah, and I'm listening.
But we got some great folks on that too. I'll let you name drop them. I know you got a cheat sheet over there, but
a few people that might come to mind, not only near and dear to our EWN heart, Stephen Allen.
Steve.
Recovering regulator from the state of Indiana, GPAC, and all those things.
Napser, he'll name drop. His intro goes on longer than this show.
He's wonderful. Our friend, I just saw Stephen Mayfield from the city of Tallahassee.
Friend of the show.
Recently. And we were together at a Florida Natural Gas Association event. So Stephen will be joining us.
That's our APGA SOAR winner over there at the city of Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Great work.
I think from Huntsville Utilities, could the Colonel
himself.
The Colonel be joining us?
Yep. Always good to see those folks. I saw John Orsefsky last year at APGA, and we talked about it then. Steve's been instrumental in getting him on that panel. Should be neat. Some fiery folks on there. And I think we have one more, don't we, Jimmy?
Well, we do have another panel.
And I'm maybe keeping that one a little secret.
Which one? The last one?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's going to be some stories. I'll say it's client centric, and so we're going to be hearing from clients and some different ways they're utilizing the platform.
Yep.
And there's going to be some great stories on there. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's going to
How's
be a good
that?
one.
We'll leave a little bit of a tease left on that
You
one.
know what? You can't, you
I'm
want to be
basically a
successful,
professional marketer, basically.
basically.
Basically. Uh,
James, go ahead.
yeah. Well, I was going to say, the panels are my favorite part. But also, we mentioned it before. I mean, we are a training company. We're
We
very,
are.
very, our vision is to make the world a safer place to work.
Yep.
And so we do have quite a bit of training available like we do each year. I will say we have a very special thing that this is kind of hot off the presses, Jimmy, because we just learned about it, I think, yesterday, or this morning even. But we have negotiated a deal, heavy negotiations, Jim.
How long?
Heavy.
Days, weeks, hours?
I don't remember how long. That's how long.
Okay.
We negotiated aggressively with our education department, and they have made a very awesome concession, in my opinion. We really do our best work in person. We've
We
done
do.
awesome work remotely and done what we needed to do, and we're very thankful to get to do that. However, we believe people learn really, really well in person. And so our
Definitely.
education team said, well, how can we get more people there to get there? And so what they've done, which I think is really cool, is they've created our master evaluator certification program,
Yep.
MECP. You may have heard if you're a client. We're actually offering that live at the event, and I believe it is $499, and I believe that's an $899 class, or it's higher than
Yeah.
that, is what I
Yeah.
mean. You
And
can't do
worth
the
every
in
penny
person
of it.
version anywhere
Yep.
close to that. And what I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe that includes the conference in that cost too. So we're talking front
Wait
to
a minute.
back. If you need to get
Wait,
trained and you
wait a
got to
minute.
do it anyway within the next 30 days, why not do it at Texas Live and get all the other training and exposure and have the fun that we just talked about?
So are you telling me
I
that those,
think
well, it is, hey, you know what? If it's on the internet, it's got to be real, right?
gotta be real.
Four
That's what
ninety
I'm
nine
saying.
for MECP, which is an extreme at 899, it's an extreme value. At 499, it is.
Hope we're right, Jimmy. If not, I bet they make it right.
And they get admission to the conference. But being serious though, this is the value and the beauty of it, and that's what really attracted me back in the years back. That it was so the EWN cons are so full of so many segments of things of value, whether it's networking, relationships, training, certifications, MECP. You spend three
Jim,
days there.
you're dead on. And while you kind of keep leading into that, I'm gonna pull up. I just hot off the presses again, man. This is how we're gonna roll today. I'm gonna pull up our training schedule and just read off a few of the sessions we have. And this is no one has this access right now. I'm breaking all the rules.
Whoa.
I can do that. So it's our culture. No, I'm just kidding. So let me read some of these sessions because I just want everybody to see that it's not just, oh, we're going to go there and do
Yeah.
some line locating training,
Yeah.
this is really for anyone and everyone. You're in HR, hey, I got a deal for you. You're in accounting, hey, I got a deal for you. You handle the assets, I got a deal for you. You want to learn how to be a better employee or manage people not like you, I got a deal for you. I mean, there's so many options. So let me read a few. You ready?
Please, please.
Myself and Miss Veronica Mars will be leading a session called Leading People Not Like You. You may have heard that one before. Our own Ashley and Scott, our own Scott as well. They'll be using social media to learn, grow, and connect. How about that? You want to learn how we're so good at socials? We'll teach you. Let's see, responding to gas leak calls. We've got recognizing complacency and avoiding shortcuts, real life examples of SMS, project management from concept to market. How cool is that? Using Tracer to manage your assets. So as you can see, it's across a lot of. We're gonna have a women in leadership panel with
Excellent.
some awesome folks going from pioneers to pillars.
Yep.
InfoSec best practices. lessons learned from incidents. I mean, we're covering a broad spectrum.
Yeah. Which
It's
is great.
almost like there's tracks you can get on, unofficial tracks, but they're
Right.
very obvious. If you're compliance minded, there's basically a track for you. If you're more thinking leadership, there's basically a track for you, and so on. So that's a lot of what the training day on the final day is. And then there'll be tons of vendor sessions where vendors can go a little more detailed in some of the offerings that they have as well.
And those vendors bring so much value too when they
They really
bring
do. They really do.
their equipment, their solutions, their best practices. And that's one thing, James, you and I talk about this a lot. Going to conferences, people say, you're there for 3 days. Yeah, for 3 days I am there, which is great because to get that amount of contact with people, that amount of discussions, those amount of trainings, those amount of sessions, if I did them piecemeal, it could take me 2 months to do
Yeah.
something like that, where I get it all in 3 days. And the beautiful thing about our industry, and I love this about our industry, is the sharing of knowledge. And where people will hear a comment and say, yeah, that worked. And also, if you try this, that might also help you. And all of a sudden, the walls come down and people really start to talk about, again, why we
Yeah.
all do this, why I have a passion and purpose for our industry. And we want the best, you and I do. We want the best and the safest for our industry and the most productive and all those
Yeah.
things. So it's
It's
wonderful.
those it's definitely one of those conferences that bleeds into the receptions, that bleed into the after the dinners and the morning after and stuff, to where you really have some conversations, a little more vulnerable conversations with some folks. Um, I've done it myself at our own conference. I
Yeah.
love this conference because I get to partake in it finally too. I've been on the planning side for a long time, and this is the first year I get to kind of sit back and enjoy it, and I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm really excited. I love
Pretty
it.
pumped.
I am very excited. James, for our audience, I'm sure we have links and all that that's going to be embedded in this, but again,
Yeah,
May 16th through 18th. But
that
the
is
easiest way
correct.
to find more is
Go to the website. You can go to the Energy WorldNet website, energyworldnet.com. It's very obvious right there on the homepage. Or you can go to the conference website, which is EWNCon, like conference, EWNCon.com. So very
.com,
simple. Yep.
con.com.
May 16th through 18th, we still got room for you. If you have any unique ideas, you want to bring, a handful of people, you want to bring your leadership team for a special retreat there, and you want some extra love, reach out to us. We're
Yes,
always
please.
looking for opportunities to get more folks there and more folks involved. There's still, I believe, there may be one sponsorship by this point. Where this airs, who knows? Don't
Yeah.
hold us to that. But we're always looking for opportunities for people being involved. There's digital sponsorship. I'm telling you, if you ever wanted to put your logo on a venue,
This is
this is
it.
the one.
Yeah.
Pay
You got
for
to see the
that, even if
pictures.
you can't attend, because you're going to want your name and your company all over this space for sure.
Yeah. It'll leave you breathless when you see some of the pictures. If you haven't been to one, please go to the website and look at some of the pictures,
Yeah, I
especially.
bet our marketing team will jump right in this post and throw down some images. I just know I
I've seen,
know them. I know them too well.
yeah, I've seen some of them playing around. When they have fun, it's awe-inspiring because they are very talented, a talented team of creatives. You see how I did
Amazing.
that there? You like that?
Yep. Hey,
Great.
EWNCon, man. Hey, if you know an EWN member, check on them, because they're probably going through EWNCon right now, so they need a hug. All right.
Yeah,
But Jimmy, it's been great, man.
absolutely, sir. I'm glad we can bring this message to the audience. Please check out the website. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you next time on Coffee, Jim and James.
All right, bye bye, everybody.
Take care.
See you at the conference.
Oh, yeah.